Statistics. Finding mode of group data, cumulative frequency of less than type and more than type. Finding median of group data, graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution. Mode of group data. We know that for ungrouped data, mode is that value among the observations which occurs most often. Or we can simply say mode is the value of the observation having the maximum frequency. This data showing us wickets taken by a bowler in 10 cricket matches. If we make a frequency table, we can easily access that 2 is a number occurs maximum times. Therefore, 2 is number of wickets taken in maximum matches, that is, in 3 matches. Now this table showing us group data of family and number of members in a family. Now it is not possible to determine the mode by looking at the frequencies. Here we can only locate a class with the maximum frequency called the modal class. The mode is a value inside the modal class and is given by the formula where L is equal to low limit of the modal class. H is equal to size of the class interval, that is, assuming all class sizes to be equal. F1 is equal to frequency of the modal class. F0 is equal to frequency of the class preceding the modal class. F2 is equal to frequency of the class succeeding the modal class. Here the maximum frequency of the class is 8 and the class corresponding to this frequency is 3 to 5. So, the modal class is 3 to 5. Let us use a formula to find the mode of data. In modal class 3 to 5, low limit L of modal class is equal to 3. Class size H is equal to 2. Frequency F1 of the modal class is equal to 8. Frequency F0 of class preceding the modal class is equal to 7. Frequency F2 of class succeeding the modal class is equal to 2. Now let us substitute these values in the formula. We get 3.286, the mode of given data. Median of a group data. Median is a measure of central tendency which gives the value of the middlemost observations in the data. Suppose we have to find the median of the following data, which gives the mark out of 50 obtained by 100 students in a test. In class 9th, for finding the median of ungrouped data, we first arrange the data values of the observations in ascending order. Let us arrange marks obtained by students in ascending order. Now we can see that number of students becomes frequency for data of marks obtained. Now we know if number of observations is odd, the median is the n plus 1 by 2 observation. And if number of observations is even, then the median will be the average of the n by 2 and the n by 2 plus 1 observations. Here n is equal to 100, that is n is even. Therefore, median will be average of 50 and 51 observation. Now let us find 50 and 51 observation in the given data. Now consider marks obtained by students as upper limit and count total number of students up to that upper limit. That is, total number of students who got 20 marks are 6. Total number of students who got up to 25 marks are 26. Total number of students who got up to 28 marks are 50 and so on. Now this last column of frequency table is known as cumulative frequency column, and therefore table is known as cumulative frequency table. Cumulative frequency is the sum of frequency of that class and the frequencies of its preceding class. From the table we can see that 50th student got 28 marks, and hence we can see that 50th observation is 28 and 51 student got 29 marks. Hence 51 observation is 29. Therefore median of the given observations is 28 plus 29 by 2, and we get median is equal to 28.5. The median marks 28.5 conveys the information that about 50% students obtain marks less than 28.5 and another 50% students obtain marks more than 28.5. Now let us observe this table showing grouped frequency distribution of marks obtained out of 100 by 53 students in a certain examination. Now let us try to answer some sort of questions regarding data shown. How many students have scored marks less than 10? The answer is clearly 5. How many students have scored less than 20 marks? Then we have to add number of students got 0 to 10 marks and number of students got 10 to 20 marks. In this way, we get a table which is called as cumulative frequency distribution of the less than type, and 10, 20, 30 up till 100 are the upper limits of the respective class intervals. We can similarly make the table for the number of students with scores more than or equal to 0, more than or equal to 10, more than or equal to 20, and so on. To find the median of group data, we can use any one of these cumulative frequency distributions. The result of these two tables is the table shown. Now in the group data, we may not be able to find the middle observation by looking at the cumulative frequencies, as the middle observation will be some value in a class interval. It is therefore necessary to find the value inside a class that divides the whole distribution into two halves. But which class should this be? Let us find. To find this class, we need cumulative frequencies of all the classes. Now find n by 2. We have n is equal to 53. Therefore, n by 2 will be 53 by 2 is equal to 26.5. Now we need to locate the class whose cumulative frequency is greater than the nearest to 26.5. 60 to 70 is the class whose cumulative frequency 29 is greater than the nearest to 26.5. Therefore, 60 to 70 is called the median class. After finding the median class, we use the following formula for calculating the median. Median is equal to L plus in bracket n by 2 minus CF upon F into H, where L is equal to lower limit of a median class, n is equal to number of observations, CF is equal to cumulative frequency of class preceding the median class, F is equal to frequency of median class, H is equal to class size. But substituting values of all in the formula, we get median is equal to 66.4. So about half the students have scored marks less than 66.4 and the other half have scored marks more than 66.4. There is an empirical relationship between the three measures of central tendency. 3 times median is equal to mode plus 2 times mean. Graphical representation of cumulative frequency distribution. We have already learned various types of graphs in our previous class. We have represented the data through bar graphs, histograms, and frequency polygons. Let us now represent a cumulative frequency distribution for less than type graphically. To represent the data in the table graphically, we mark the upper limits of the class intervals on the horizontal x-axis and their corresponding cumulative frequencies on the vertical y-axis, choosing a convenient scale. Let us now plot the points. For first class interval, 10 is the upper limit and its related cumulative frequency is 5. Therefore, mark a point 10 and 5 on graph paper. Same way, plot other points on graph paper and join them by freehand smooth curve. The curve we get is a cumulative frequency curve or called as ogive. Similarly, we can draw cumulative frequency graph for more than type also. Now, are these both ogives related to the median in any? Yes, it is possible to obtain the median of correspondent data from these two cumulative frequency curves. We know the value of n by 2 is equal to 26.5. Draw horizontal dotted line parallel to x-axis on curve graph and then draw vertical dotted line on x-axis parallel to y-axis from that intersected point. We get median. There is another way to find median of the related data. Draw both ogives, that is, graph of the less than type and graph of the more than type on the same axis. The two ogives will intersect each other at a point. From this point, if we draw a perpendicular on the x-axis, the point at which it cuts the x-axis gives us the median of the given related data. Summary 1. The mode of group data can be found by using the formula mode is equal to L plus whole bracket F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. 2. The cumulative frequency of a class is the frequency obtained by adding the frequencies of all the classes preceding the given class. 3. The median for group data is formed by using the formula median is equal to L plus whole bracket n by 2 minus CF divided by F into H. 4. Representing a cumulative frequency distribution graphically as a cumulative frequency curve or an ogive of the less than type and of the more than type. 5. The median of group data can be obtained graphically as the x-coordinate of the point of intersection of the two ogives for this data. So that is all in this lesson, students. Maths is a fun, so keep learning.